Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So, yeah, good morning and welcome to another market open stream. Although I know the market has opened and I'm a little bit late, but that's because I'm off site. And I'm streaming this from my hotel room. Things are a little bit different today. However, it's better late than never because there are a lot of big things to talk about, and that's why you guys are here. And that is why I'm streaming because there are big things that you don't want to miss. So let's do it. I am going to be reading the comments off my phone. All right. So you got to bear with me if I miss your comments. So it's going to be a little bit more tricky. All right. So let's do this, and hopefully the hotel Wi-Fi could keep up. Um, it's looking good right now, though. All right. So we're starting out the day 60,900, a little bit better, I guess, than last night, right? Overall, it's been, I know, a little bit disappointing because Bitcoin has been sliding down, but the stock market has been going up. And I know that that's been a little disappointing, but what is the market doing today? Well, it's red today because we got a big inflation reading today. Okay. But I do have a feeling we could turn around, and here's why. So the inflation reading, the CPI reading came out. Inflation is now at 2.4% for last month, and jobless claims went up, okay, a little bit higher, and this is reading that it's pretty bad. This reads like, oh my God, inflation has gone up and it looks really bad. But, like, if you look at it, this is the chart from August, we were still at 2.5. So we actually, overall CPI still went down from 2.5 to 2.4%. So I don't know why the headline is making it sound like it's like a bad reading. It's actually not. I think why it's a bad reading is because Dow Jones expected it to be even less at 2.3%, and it fell under because it didn't hit 2.3. It went to 2.4. But ultimately, inflation, at least according to CPI, is still going down in the right direction, which is good, which is what we want to see. What's not good is this labor market that is going down, right? Whenever you see the labor market doing worse, meaning people out of jobs and unemployment going higher, well, that's no good. 258,000 for the last week. That is the highest since August 5th of 2023, well above the forecast. So that's no good. But when it comes to rate cuts, that's actually good. So there are two conditions for massive rate cuts, right? Inflation going down and overall economic activity going down, which includes labor force. Well, labor force going, yeah. So overall, this isn't that bad. It's actually good for what we want, which is piled to cut more rates. But it's more or less in line with expectations, right? But we'll see. Wall Street may take it a bad way, but I have a feeling that Wall Street will actually probably they're overreacting right now. So right now, even though we're opening in red, I actually think there's a really good chance this we're going to flip into the green again and could have a good day. Now, here's the thing though. We've been having a lot of good days recently, including yesterday, and it has not been helping Bitcoin and crypto. And I actually think, to be honest, I think a lot of it is because a lot of people are now putting a lot of money into stocks. And I think that could actually be a temporary thing. And that is the reason why we haven't been seeing the explosive move. But again, I think that's just a distraction at this point. Now, in terms of the rate cuts, which we know are still coming, there are a few guesses, not just a few, a ton of guesses, a ton of guesses. In terms of the next cut, which is 25 basis point, which we already know, So overall in 2024, how many are we going to get? 50 basis point, which is basically what everyone's guessing, except Citigroup is guessing 75 because we still do have one in December. And then in 2025, we could have anywhere from another 100 basis points to 125. That's what everyone else is guessing. So overall, we're looking at a lot of rate cuts, okay, going forward. And that is very, very nice. That's what we want to see overall, right? This is part of the liquidity injection from the US. And of course, we have a new president that will be coming in. Depending on who it is, there could be more injections coming in to the markets. So that could be also very, very good, right? So overall, I think we're setting ourselves up to be in a really good position moving forward. So that's why there are some great things happening. Now, like I said, with the stock market, right? Right now, it does seem like we have deviated. You could see Bitcoin's trajectory and the market's trajectory, right? And there are times where we do decouple, right? Like look at earlier this year in February, March, even though the stock market went up, but look at how fast Bitcoin went up. There are times when we decouple. Right now, we have decoupled a little bit because stocks are still hot right now, right? But we will catch up and we'll probably decouple again when we have that explosiveness going upwards. So it tends to happen. Sometimes we couple, sometimes we decouple, right? So sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. You know, sometimes people complain, like when the stock market comes down, tech gets sold off. Oh, why does Bitcoin couple with, NASDAQ, right? There are times where it's good. Sometimes it's bad, right? But right now, I do think that decoupling, right now it looks bad, but hey, we have seen that decoupling before, like in March, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I do think we will see that again. Right now, we're only in the second week of October, and we know things can move very, very quickly, very, very quickly. And it's still so early, especially when, the big boys are still getting involved and still buying. 47% of hedge funds maintain crypto exposure, and that 47% will only increase from here. Eventually, it's going to be 100%. It's going to be silly for any hedge funds not to have any exposure in the future. Basically, it'll be like a hedge fund like not having any tech exposure. That would be silly, right? Like basically all of them will be involved with crypto at some point. And everyone will hold something. The Thai SEC is also allowing crypto products into funds now, right? So it's not just the US, everywhere around the world is looking to get involved with crypto. Nation states are now also getting involved as well. Now, here's the thing. This is why you guys need to get ready, right? And you don't want to miss this. Because right now it does seem like, that decoupling that I was talking about, it does seem like, and this volatility, it seems like we're in this bear trap. It really feels like all this shaking out, all this staleness really feels like this is where we are in this bear trap. Right before this huge parabolic run that we're about to head into. If you look at the prior cycles, October is when we usually start moving. 2016 is when we started. 2020 is when we started. And right prior to those start dates, we had choppiness, we had big falls, and then we just basically start moving and did not go. I mean, before the parabolic run, we just did not go, and we just seemed like like there was something going on and it seemed like we were not going to go, and then we did. So it really seemed like this is where we are in the cycle where there is a bear trap. This is a point where the whales or whoever, the institutions, BlackRock, whoever you want to say, is trying the last ditch effort to try to get all the retail out before we start heading into the euphoria stage, right? This is the stage where I told you guys you like you feel dirty because of how much money you're going to make, right? Um, I feel like that's where we are. That's why it's been so frustrating that every single time we get some kind of momentum, we get knocked down. Like it feels intentional, right? Like I know you guys could feel it. It's like we get some momentum, we get knocked down, or there's some other event that knocks us down. It's like intentional. It's making you frustrated. And I feel like that is exactly on purpose trying to drive us out because there is greatness right around the corner, right? And I do feel like this sums it up perfectly. We are in that final bear trap right before the next huge wave, right? And I think you guys can feel it. Like there is something that's just like keeping us down right now. But once we break through, greatness is right around the corner. Yeah. So I love this. I love this chart. I think this sums it up perfectly. What else is there? Let's see. Well, you guys get it, but yeah, once that greatness comes, um, you know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Really, 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 really great. What else is happening in the space? RWA, a lot of RWA stuff. Chainlink is trying to really set themselves apart with RWA, working with a lot of companies, vendors, other chains, dApps, really trying to lead the way with RWA because they know it's huge, 10 trillion market by 2030. That is going to be absolutely huge. Avalanche also getting involved. I mean, everyone's getting involved with RWA, right? Um, Wisdom Tree, RWA platform with debit card for on-chain money markets, right? DeFi, CeFi, money, you know, all getting involved. And even Ripple, lots of Ripple guys out there. Launches digital asset custody services for bank and fintech. They're going to get involved with RWA too. Everyone wants to get involved. All right. That is pretty much it. Let's see. The market is improving or getting worse. Uh, it's about the same. NASDAQ is a little bit weaker. Let's see. Nvidia is a little bit worse. Tesla not doing so good. Let's see. MicroStrategy not doing too good today. All right. All right. Let's do some Q&A. Let me change this. All right. I had to answer questions on my phone here, or looking at the questions on my phone. Let me see if I miss anything. MT said, brother, you lost your George card when you said the LFA is overrated. It is still overrated. Don't pretend like it's not overrated. It's very, very overrated. And only true car guys can say that. Morning from Canada. I hate traveling to time zones where it's earlier than my usual central time zone. So then I have to get up earlier to try to make these streams. I hate it. I love it when I travel to a time zone that's later. So then that way I have more time to sleep, not not less time. Justin HS, at what point do you stop the DCA? That's a good question in this cycle. I don't know. I actually don't know. Um, for alts, I think alts are still very undervalued, still compared to, let's say, their 2021 high. Maybe once they break that, it would be a good point to stop DCAing. Um, for Bitcoin, maybe above 100,000, even though I think it's gonna go a lot higher than that. But, I don't know. That's a really good question. When do you stop DCAing? Maybe the right answer is never. You just don't. Maybe you just slow down your DCA or your DCA. Yeah, maybe it's just better to slow down your DCA. Yeah, that's that. I've never really thought of an easy way to do that. I think taking profits, I have a good strategy, but like slowing down the DCA, I don't think I have a good strategy for that yet. Joseph Elliott, appreciate it. Sui or Axelar or both? Axelar is important in the industry as like interoperability play, but like it's not very exciting to me. Uh, I think Sui's more important. Sui finally like broke his trend and started going down, but that's because the market really, took a hit, but it could come right back up. Uniswap up 10% today for no reason at all. What happened to October? It hasn't happened yet, but it's not over, man. Did you get PPF on your Ferrari when you got it? No. They offered, but I didn't get it yet. Um, I don't know. I just don't drive it enough to worry about it. At some point, maybe. You see that FBI token? I did. It's actually quite interesting. And I think a lot of influencers that just, shill random tokens now, they're going to be a lot more careful if the FBI is going to start like creating random tokens and see who's promoting them. That's actually really interesting. Yeah, the market's coming back. Yeah, this is what I'm feeling. Like sometimes I just have these feelings like this inflation reading, right? Like it was worded in a way. I think they just changed it now. See, it says topping expectations. It was worded before where it was like it was made to sound like it was worse than expectations, and then like this turned red. It made it look like it was scary, but now it's turning around. Like sometimes there's like giant fake outs. I just feel like today is going to be a good day. The market's going to turn around. Um, but overall, as for Bitcoin, I just feel like this sums it up perfectly. I just feel like October hasn't happened yet because we just have players, and I don't know who or groups, what players that are just like just setting this giant bear trap right now, right? And also just like keeping things low and driving people away or getting people frustrated before this next like huge wave. Joe Mellon from Netherlands, awesome. I'm no lawyer, but isn't that entrapment? I'm no lawyer, but what's wrong with entrapment? I am in Salt Lake City right now at a conference called Permissionless. It's a nice, small, clean city. Um, the conference itself seems kind of dead, although I showed up pretty late yesterday. Today will be the first full day, so I'll see how it is. But so far hasn't been that exciting. What do you think about Soul Sacks? Sacks built on top of Solana, party with Tron, listing meme coins, goodbye, terrible. Anything that is party with Tron, I would stay away from. Teresa, hi from Vietnam, still watching every day. Encouraging people, cheers. From Vietnam. Wow. Thank you for your support. Permissionless the ETH conference. That's why. Yeah, well, the main reason why I'm here is because David Hoffman of Bankless, he's a big ETH guy. This is practically like his conference. He's fighting. He's the main card fight in IFC 5. So that's gonna be held tomorrow. That's the main reason why I'm here. I'm from Philippines. I've never been Muhammad. I've never been to the UK before. Dana, don't you think investors are really impatient? We just had to wait 10 more days to see October, just hold and do nothing. I mean, see, this is the problem with crypto. It's not the problem, but like, I mean, when you live in a moment and you like look at things every single day or every single hour, it seems like time is so slow, right? But if you just like step back and just don't check things for a week or like a month, then things like don't bother you as much. But when you look at things every single day, then it seems like time goes by so slow. If you think about it, it's only the 10th. It's only the third day of the second week, right? So, yeah, there's still a lot of time in October. And what's a few more days or a few more weeks to wait when this cycle could be ending at what this is showing, 260, $280,000. What are your thoughts on Sleeping Giant Condena? I like to chart it to zero sometimes for fun. You know, when I'm super bored, I pull up the chart and I like to draw the line showing to zero. That's uh that's what I like to do. What is the right time to take profits? You know, there's there's always it's always the right time to take profits. That'd be the dog. Just set a percentage of your portfolio to be in cash and that's it. And make sure that you keep that percentage no matter what. So as the market goes up, as long as that percentage is held, then you're good. You're always taking profits. Oh, Nvidia turned green. MicroStrategy might turn green soon. Prime Vision. Are alts primed to break their all-time highs this cycle? I think most are, but not all of them. Not every single one. The good ones will, but not every single one. In a bull market, you just never know. Some of the worst projects come back to life, even ones that seem like they are dead, left for dead, they come back. So, there's always a chance, but sometimes it's hard to know, right? And that's why I always say there's always a chance in a bull market. Does it make any sense to calculate how much you made on a coin? It's kind of irrelevant. Profit and losses to this point shouldn't influence how much you allocate money going forward. Yeah, it doesn't really. Like, it doesn't matter because we're still so far off, in my opinion, from the top. You could be up 100% or 1,000% at this point. It doesn't really limit how much more you can make from this point on. Um, I guess if that makes sense, right? All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Go. I'm going to get ready with some breakfast. Overall, today, Bitcoin sideways, market going sideways. I think people are still trying to digest the CPI number, which overall isn't bad. It's actually decent, and this could help Powell, cut rates even more. But right now, I know it's frustrating, but I really think this is what's happening right now. We have to get through this. I think we're in a giant bear trap and a lot of manipulation going on, a lot of suppression going on, a lot of volatility and frustration going on. And I do think this is all part of a bigger plan because we have something great, a huge wave coming up, and we just have to get through this. And once we do, greatness is coming and we will all be happy and rewarded. So stay strong, my friends. I will see you guys tonight, usual time. So have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.